again another live stream broadcast podcast or whatever that is. So basically I'm in unintentional free time which I already tried to utilize for do the good behavior recording for around 5 times, even though actually I think it's 6 times because one of the recording are just got interrupted with unknown calls, which I definitely need to stop the recording and try to record it again because yeah, it's pretty annoying because the sound of the calls would probably recorded as well, or maybe if it is not recorded, at least the stream from the airplay was definitely different. It's no longer showing the Animoji again, and when I basically stop the calls, it will also not come back into the Animoji screen, so it's basically come back into the SMS screen, SMS or messages application, which is definitely wrong. So yeah, and I'm not sure, even though I already tried to do 5 recording, which in total probably would almost be 30 minutes, but yeah, the battery life of this iPhone is still around 88%, so I basically will able to create live stream for more than 10 minutes perhaps until the battery is already near 80% or even it's already at 80%, just like when I basically tried to do it when the battery is only 83%, which basically I can only create 6 minutes of broadcast perhaps. I'm not sure, and I'm not sure whether I basically able to create the native language podcast because yesterday I only able to prepare 10 minutes of recording, which or will gonna be separated into 2 episodes for the newest season that I basically try to create because yeah, I can no longer read from the native language article that I used to prepare, whether it is from the notes or it is from my main blog. But yeah, even though there definitely still several articles that I basically miss intentionally or unintentionally because for some reason it's just, especially when in the notes, most likely it was unintentionally because probably I always try to fill in with new notes, even though I basically didn't really try to write about anything, but I basically try to prepare whether if that single day is probably unique or there is a unique experience that I can basically retell in the future. But yeah, I'm not sure whether if I basically will finally have a chance or opportunity to be more serious in terms of creating the content, or maybe I basically try to do a different kind of content for this podcast. I would probably try to read the or pre-recorded my English article, which is definitely much bigger than the native language one because for the second block that I basically try to focus on my main job, initially it was full on English because yeah, probably I'm not sure there is actually some people who basically try to write in my own native language, but I don't know, maybe because my main job of tasks are just pretty much relate with the English, then I just wanted to create just an English article for those specific platforms. So yeah, maybe if I basically want to provide in my own native language, then I basically just need to create a different account perhaps. I'm not sure. Because for some reason I had a lot of accounts that none of them still able to give something that pretty much unexpected to me, unexpected in a good way, obviously, but yeah, I don't know. I just can hope and trying to do a better things in the future, because for some reason, if it always give me result that basically pretty much the same like I've been see or experience for many years, more than a decade perhaps, then yeah, it's okay, since I basically have some other things that I don't really expect the result, because it's probably relates with something that I will face when I already gone from this world. Because yeah, that's actually the more satisfying perhaps, satisfying feelings, because no matter what things that you've been through in this world, you always feel, I don't know, happy perhaps by doing those kind of thing. Maybe feel safe, because yeah, that's what you try to believe. And yeah, as long as you try to believe in the good ways, in the good intention, then yeah, it's always goes, and hopefully goes what like you believe it. So yeah, I'm not sure what kind of things that I basically want to talk about, because for some reason I basically still need to wait for other things to be done by other people's, in order to fulfill my desire, even though yeah, tomorrow is actually already my birthday, and yeah, it's already been so many years that I basically still not really satisfied with my life in terms of what determination that I already tried to do. Maybe because I actually don't really have a lot of motivation to make myself better, but yeah, at least I always try to be grateful for what my current condition, because at the moment that you basically feel that you unworthy in this world, then when you see there are so many unfortunate people out there who basically still pretty much happier than what I was trying to feel, perhaps. I don't know how to explain those kind of thing, but yeah, I think they basically never really upset, or I don't know, have a bad feeling perhaps for what they currently experience. So basically, or probably, or hopefully, they probably have more or better gratefulness than what I basically have, because yeah, the current condition that I basically had right now is much better than what they currently experience. But yeah, they basically still try to enjoy their life happily, even though yeah, when it comes to the things that related to afterlife, there's it is basically hard to see, or maybe several people are trying to expose those kind of thing, but yeah, for some reason there always be something that basically not really good, although the practices related to the things that they want to achieve when they're already gone is already much better than several people who basically didn't have those several bad things that probably not sure whether it is actually a good thing or it is just something that hard to be expect hard to be accepted, because yeah, for some reason several things that considered bad things is actually a good things. But yeah, for some reason we just cannot force other peoples to do those kind of things, because yeah, it's probably hard and it's still not considered a really a good thing, although it's may be a good thing. I don't know, maybe I never basically try to explain the examples of what I've tried to say, because yeah, I just don't want to make it too specific. But yeah, it will be pretty weird to hear this kind of podcast, even for myself, who basically try to say it in the first place, because yeah, you basically have to really understand the whole context in order to imagine what kind of example that I basically try to refer in those specific part of my podcast. Because yeah, to be honest, I always try to speak to, I don't know, to control my speak, especially when I basically try to be recorded like this, because that's the reason why when I basically try to record with my friends, then I basically need to listen it very carefully and try to edit something that I basically don't want to show, even though it eventually not gonna be a popular things and see by other peoples who probably related to what examples that was trying to refer from those part of the video. But yeah, it is better to prevent those kind of thing rather than regret in the future, whether you basically try to, I don't know, make a bad impression for certain things that it should be not really segmented to those kind of things, because yeah, we basically try to express our feelings generally rather than specifically, even though yeah, most of those thing is actually not really good thing as well, because for some reason if you see people are trying to generalize specific mistake from a specific people, then yeah, other peoples who basically didn't have any relation at all will kind of like get the impact from those people who basically see everything as general as possible. So I think